Do you ever dream about your characters? This is another of our competition winners. This is from Sharon Curtis in Ontario. Do you ever dream about your characters and your world?
No, not at night. Not at night.
No, but
I do a lot of writing with daydreams, as we used to call them. Sometimes just before I go to sleep, when I'm in bed and I'm reading something, I usually read a little before I go to sleep, and then I turn the light, I'm trying to sleep, but I don't go right to sleep. And that's when my mind turns to my characters, and they're coming around in my head. Also on trips, I mean, back in the 1970s, when I was living and working in Chicago, I had about a half-hour ride on the elevated train from the part of Chicago where we lived down to the Loop where I worked. And I would sit there and watch the scenery go by on the L, and inevitably I would start thinking about stories and characters. I'm staring out, but I've seen the scenery a million times before, and my mind is just racing ahead of me. And I still do that when I'm driving on a long drive or something like that. It's like you're awake and your mind is working, but there's no immediate stimulus or anything like that, and suddenly the stories start bubbling up. But not during full sleep, no. My dreams are the usual incoherent nonsense that everyone, I mean, like most writers, I said at some point in my career, I know a lot of writers had this experience, say, oh, I have such great, interesting dreams, but I always forget them in the morning, so I'll leave a pad by my bedside, so I'll write them down, and you have a dream, and you have some incredible dream, and you write it down, and the next morning you wake up, and you've written purple socks. Okay, what the hell was I thinking there?
Do you not find that you can solve problems that way, though? Do you not find that in that hypnagogic state, when you just before you're fully awake in the morning, that sometimes solutions come to you for writing problems?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know where the solutions come from. Writing is weird, man. It's weird. I know I don't solve problems with my rational brain. Like the way people solve problems in life, should I take this new job or should I keep my old job? Let's make a pro and con list and weigh, higher salary, moving costs, et cetera, et cetera. You're doing that. It's a very rational means of solving a problem. Or with the movie theater I bought in Santa Fe, when we get a problem there and I meet with my manager and we discuss possible solutions, we use our rational brains to solve the problem or to reach a decision. Absolutely no good with writing. I don't know where. I reach out, oh, this is horrible. What did I do here? I've written myself into a dead end, and then I kind of abandoned that character for a while. Fortunately, I have a lot of characters, so if I totally mess up with Tyrion, I can just switch to Arya for a while and write about her. And then one day, suddenly, there's the solution to the Tyrion problem. Where the hell did that come from? It wasn't there yesterday, and now I just thought of it. And hey, why didn't I see that all along? Yes, that's exactly what it's got to be. I should have seen that since the beginning. So it's, unless you go with the ancient Greeks and believe in muses whispering in your ear, it's coming from inside me, but I don't know what part of me it's coming from. It's not coming from the rational brain.
It's like there's a back room in the back of your head, and everybody works on it, and at the right time, the messenger runs to the front and says, okay, here's what you do. But
Or they get lost somewhere along the way.
I've never dreamed about my own characters, but I have incorporated dream territory into books.
Yes, you certainly have.
The treasure beach in the other island was from a dream I had that was very peculiar and disturbing and made its way into the book. But sometimes when I am stuck and I will sit there, I become irresistibly sleepy, just really, really tired, and you try to fight it off because you've got to get something done. But if I give in and I go just say, I'm just going to lay down on the couch for 20 minutes and rest, sometimes in that you sink right down because you're so sleepy and you're going to fall asleep, and instead you get in that place where you're skipping along the surface and you're not awake and you're not asleep. And suddenly, oh, now I know what I need to do in that scene. So it's not dreaming, really. It's like disengaging and waiting for that messenger to make its way forward.
Disengaging is good, actually. I think, yes, that's what it is. It's getting, everything else peels away, doesn't it? And suddenly some clarity comes through from somewhere. Goodness knows where.
The
Which is
muse.
it's
The muse
weird.
is as good an explanation as any.
Like hearing voices while you're in the Skill River. I have
There's
a,
also the Raymond Chandler solution that if you get stuck, have someone come through the door with a gun.
or an axe.
Plus, it would be really
Or an
startling if someone came through a door with a gun in a Game of Thrones.
Someone had a question on Twitter today, was would you ever sort of go far future into Westeros and actually have technology? That would be hilarious.
Wow.